From rising gas prices to the high cost of groceries, it's becoming really difficult for so many local families to make ends meet, and housing is the #1 cost. Today, Governor Steve Sisolak toured a new affordable senior community, and as News 3's Denise Rosh explains, more are on the way.
These are pictures for my great-granddaughter.
Sally Berent knows it's the personal touches that matter.
Let me tell you, reaching the maturity of 85, this is my home. I love it.
A resident of Arioso Apartments for Seniors, Sally was a guest of honor Thursday morning during a visit from Governor Steve Sisolak. On the agenda,
I cannot overstate how important this is. It's crucial.
Affordable housing for all Nevadans.
You can't live if you're paying 50% of your income, whatever that income is, if that's off Social Security, if that's retirement, if that's savings. 50% of your monthly income cannot go towards housing. You can't survive.
Which is why in February, Sisolak announced the Home Means Nevada initiative, committing $500 million to affordable housing. Here at Arioso, a one-bedroom unit rents for roughly $800, including utilities. That's more than 40% below market prices.
By the time we finished construction, we had a waiting list of about 350 people.
Jess Molaski is project manager with Ovation Design and Development.
This is done with low-income housing tax credits. So the tax credits help subsidize our construction costs. And it's a really good public-private partnership where we can then lower our rents, and it all kind of works, pencils out.
And this complex is just the beginning. It's estimated an additional 85,000 affordable units will be needed over the next 10 years to accommodate our senior community. And the governor says they're coming. 200 applications for the Home Means Nevada program have already come in.
It's the single largest investment ever made in the history of our housing projects in the state of Nevada.
And just a few miles from Arioso, Ovation has another senior community under construction. It should be ready early next year. As for Sally,
because you have a lot of seniors who just on Social Security. You know, that's all they have.
She was paying market rent in California before moving to this community in Las Vegas.
Couldn't afford it in California, you certainly can't afford it here. You know, so it's really, you know, this is really fantastic.
Finding more than a place to live, the community, she says, is family.
Back here at home, happening right now, the Clark County School Board's meeting to discuss a range of issues affecting both students and teachers. Brett Forrest is here in the studio to tell us what they're talking about, and they're going late into the night, Brett.
Yeah, Jim, good evening. It happens a lot with these things. There are 3 things tonight from the meeting that I want to touch upon. The big one, new starting teacher salary and retention bonuses. That was actually just discussed and approved about 10 minutes ago in a 4-2 vote, and more on that in a moment. But earlier in the meeting, there was an update on student discipline in the district, with data showing that overall, compared to the 2019 to 2020 school year, there was a decrease in student suspensions, but as we reported here in our Crisis in the Classroom series, there remains a disproportionate gap between African American student suspensions and expulsions compared to other groups. Now, they also changed graduation requirements, capping the maximum GPA someone can earn to 4.95. Say no GPA cap was causing mental health concerns. And finally, the big item of the night, the recently announced new teacher salary and retention bonus, with many veteran teachers feeling it is a slap in their face.
And most people will say be grateful for anything that you get, and I am grateful, but I am not stupid. This sends a clear message to any teacher that has been loyal to the district and didn't leave to go to a charter school or to another state. This message is that we don't value or appreciate the time, effort, or loyalty that you have given to the district. It also sends the message that you don't care if we stay.
Now, the board officially adopting that new pay scale and teacher bonus minutes ago, as I mentioned, so I'll have a bigger breakdown of how teachers are feeling about it in our 11 o'clock show on our sister station, News 3.
Short on staff, competing for a limited supply of available teachers.
Yeah, and we've certainly seen the impact it's having inside our classrooms right here in Clark County. We have our Crisis in the Classroom investigative reporter Tiffany Lane sharing new details on what employee count looks like right now.
CCSD has updated its staffing numbers for the month of June, and not surprising are the numbers when it comes to the shortage of teachers and support staff in our district. And those numbers have only gotten worse over the last few years. Let's break down the numbers. According to CCSD documents going back to the 2016-2017 school year, when it comes to licensed personnel, which includes teachers, the district went from 18,585 of these staff members in June 2017 to 17,257 in June 2022. That's a more than 7% decrease. A similar case for support staff, your teacher aides, bus drivers, office staff, technicians. There were 12,241 support staff in June 2017, but that number went down to 11,934 in June 2022, a 2.5% decrease. The groups that increased in staffing from June 2017 to June 2022, there was a 3.2% increase in administrators, a 12.8% increase in school police, and a 9.2% increase in substitute teachers. Here's what high school teacher Maria Zuniga says about the numbers when it comes to teachers.
I'm not surprised with everything that's been going on. A lot of people are just done.
She says the staffing shortages are impacting everyone.
I was even teaching Spanish. I know I teach Spanish, but I'm not certified to teach Spanish. I can speak it, I can write it.
Teachers have made very clear at board meetings, protests, and speaking with Channel 3 many of the reasons why. Here's what Janice Black told me recently. She left CCSD in March because of the Teachers Health Trust.
What really did it this time was the insurance. It's always kind of like you have to, when my insurance bill started to outweigh my living costs, that was becoming a concern for me.
Zuniga, who plans on staying with the district, says the list of issues goes on. She mentioned student behavior after the pandemic, more responsibility for teachers, and the new grading system. Elementary school teacher Vicki Kreidel, who is also the president of the National Education Association of Southern Nevada, also talked about violence in schools and district response when I spoke with her a few weeks ago.
I've heard several people say they're going to give it one more year. Do things improve for educators? Is the stress less? Because as you know, stress affects your health. And it definitely affects my health. So there's a lot of people that are going to give it one more year.
Just last week, the district announced an instant alert system in the form of a badge with a button that can get help to staff members who need it. The pilot program is happening right now in 9 schools. This just 2 days after the district announced an increase in starting pay for teachers and $5,000 retention bonuses for teachers who don't receive the increase, as well as bonuses for support staff, district police, and administrators. Another thing Zuniga says left several long-term teachers frustrated.
I'm thankful that I'm getting a bonus, but I would like for them to really think about it. Hey, you want teachers to stay here, give a raise equally across the board to everybody else.
She says she's not sure what staffing will look like come August, but she's hoping things can take a turn.
I cannot leave the school district at the moment, so I'm just trying to mentally prepare and do what I gotta do.
There's a whole series of things that have to be in place before fall, or we're going to be dealing with the same thing.
What do you believe needs to be done to address staffing shortages during the summer to get ahead of the upcoming school year? Reach out to my tip line, schooltips@news3lv.com, or call 702-805-0489.
Hi everybody, I'm Reed Cowan from News 3 Las Vegas. We want to thank you for checking out our YouTube channel. Remember, you can always see more of our videos by clicking on the video links. And also don't forget to click that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on any of our YouTube updates. Thanks for watching.